Stavros Tousios for M4Markets, and today we're going to have a quick look at Aussie against the dollar and silver. Aussie, we looked at probably a week ago when we talked about this potential divergence. Well, the divergence actually that was the potential signal for a reversal or a pullback. Now we have seen that we have actually managed to go and create a fresh low over here, swing low, close to the median line of this base channel to the upside. And we have found now support at the 50 Fibonacci. Now we do actually see that there is a hidden bullish divergence over here, which suggests in turn that we might see this continue to the upside for a little bit more before we continue the decline, if of course that's going to be the case. So what are we going to have to pay attention to is that as we move up, and if we move up, of course, can we break outside the channel again? If we fail to break outside the channel again, or we retest that channel, or we fail to go even near it, then most probably it will be a case where the next level down is around 167.42. Okay, and the swing lows, of course, in mind, and it's in the short term would be more likely that we lose the 50 fairly soon again. But in case we do manage to go and cross above that channel once again, then we are going to have the next sort of determinant around the 61.8, which is 71 cents, right? And that is going to tell us whether we are going to continue higher or continue lower, as we have already set a short-term trend. If we find resistance at 71 cents, it means that most probably we're going to receive rejection and see that continue to the downside. But if we do manage to recapture that level, then most probably we're going to get the previous high and continue to the upside. So we'll be really paying attention to the 50% over here to, of course, decide on sentiment, and then the 61.8 as well. Now, when we look at silver, it has a similar price action than the Aussie, okay? Of course, they are related largely. We have found, we have seen somewhat of a signal over here as well. I'm not sure when it was the last time actually we saw at silver. But anyway, this has given us a new high, and then that received good rejection to create 5 waves to the downside. And now we are also kind of correcting over here, right? We are well below the channel top and we haven't reached the median line of this channel yet. We are also close to the 38% of this leg to the upside. So what it looks like to me is probably going to happen is we're going to see prices consolidate a little bit more and then do one more leg to the downside. Obviously, the consolidations sometimes the corrections can take longer to complete and may become a bit deeper as well. So for that particular case, I will be looking at the 50 Fibonacci as always. Now, do we have a signal similar than the Aussie? Well, if you look at this and this and this low, there is no hidden bullish divergence in this particular case, guys. So that means that this is a little bit more bearish, right? So we should be looking for the 50 RSI for direction, not direction, I would probably say, to understand where momentum is heading. If we find trouble at around the 50 at RSI, or as we go up, and that kind of, it's not like it's becoming overbought, but from here to here, because we have been in this range for a while now, you see, from like since last Friday, then that would kind of become the top of the range, right? So we have to pay attention to that level. If we go lower though on the 1 hour now, we are going to see that there is somewhat of a divergence over here, right? And that suggests that indeed there might be some sort of upside left to be done here, right? And typically corrections come in 3 waves as well. So we might see one more leg to the upside indeed, with the 23 and 23.30 being on our in our mind as we go up. But let's not forget also that as we go up, if we do meet the RSI overbought territory here, we need to stop and reassess the situation. Let's not forget that predominant trend here also is to the downside. So we are currently expecting for corrections to end to and the bigger trend to continue to the downside in both cases.